Welcome to Listening Tree Studio and Coaching. My name is Libby Pease and I'm a certified life coach. So you're probably wondering, with all of these lovely things behind me, what my video could possibly be about this time. As you might be aware, I make a series of different videos that talk about different celebrations that happen mostly in North America. I haven't investigated the ones across the world, but I'm sure that will be coming. But the main celebrations that are happening in North America, and this time we are looking at celebration of Easter. So Easter, first off, I want to acknowledge for some of my viewers that Easter might be a time that might be difficult. Many of the individuals that might be looking at my videos might have experience as Jehovah's Witnesses before, and as Jehovah's Witnesses, the only commemoration that happened in their year would be memorial, and memorial is that commemoration of Jesus' death. So that would have happened Nisan 14, which is Passover, which is the first full moon after the spring equinox. So this is a very solemn time. This is a time where things are very serious, and there really isn't any celebration that happens. And being the only thing that's commemorated, it's quite a challenge when there's no celebration. So with this video, what I hope to do is give you a little bit of history about Easter and discuss different ways to celebrate Easter if you choose to do so. And if you don't choose to do so, it's just a little bit of entertainment to let you know about Easter and different ways that other people might be celebrating it. So, history. Easter goes back till the dawn of civilization in North America. And I do specify North America because in our springtime in North America and the Northern Hemisphere, actually Europe and Asia and Russia, this is the time of year where we're coming out of winter and going into spring. So it really is tied into that spring equinox. It's when things shift from the death of winter and they turn into the rebirth of spring. So when you look back into the history of Easter, the name Easter is actually derived from Ostra, which is the goddess of fertility, and she was the one who really got spring going. It's that celebration to her to encourage that new growth would happen, that new livestock would be born, that everything would be rejuvenated, and that opportunity for new growth, new food, and newness within the civilization would happen. Also, the history as well is that it goes back to many gods and goddesses at this time of year have that cycle of death and rebirth. It wasn't just Jesus who was sacrificed and died and then was reborn or was resurrected at this time of year. There's many gods and goddesses, and just to give you a little list, I found so many, and I'll put some links down below. But Inanna from Sumerian goddess, Horus, who's actually one of my favorite Egyptian gods, was also died and resurrected at this time of the year. Mithras and Tammuz are Babylonian gods, and there's far more that actually had that same story of being sacrificed or during this season and then reborn. So that history is there of that death and rebirth, and with that, and the whole basis there was fertility. So the earth had died in the winter and is being reborn in the spring. So that's where we get all of the bunnies and the chicks and all of that kind of thing, because when you take a look, little bunnies, and I forgot to take the tag off of this one, that bunnies are very prolific, right? If you think about it, how many are in a litter of bunnies when they're born? You can have anywhere up to 6, 8. I've had one litter when I was a kid. I had rabbits, and there were 12. That's a lot of baby bunnies. So it's that fertility, that prolific, that bounty that has potential in the spring. And so that's where a lot of the traditions around Easter come from. So when you think about Easter for yourself, what are some things that resonate with you? What are some things that you want to bring into your own traditions? You have a great opportunity to be able to pick and choose whatever you want. You don't have to have the traditions that if your family always did Easter, you don't have to fulfill all the traditions that they have. You can pick and choose whichever you want. And if you've never done Easter before, wow, there's some great opportunities there. So what would you like to see in your Easter? I can give you some ideas of what I do for Easter. I actually host Easter every year. It was a handed down tradition to me, after I left the Watchtower Society. I came back into my family of origin, and Easter was given back to me as a tradition of that I could continue with. So what are some things that I do? Well, I decorate my house, and it's not hard to do. You can go to a dollar store. There's lots of really fun stuff there, and it can, last the ages. I've got a few things here from quite a while ago. But then there are some things that have been hand-me-down traditions that have some real value for me. So if you take a look here, these are painted eggs. So I'm of Polish descent, and for people who are Polish, Ukrainian, Russian, painted Easter eggs are quite an important element of Easter. This one right here is actually an egg that I remember my mother actually making when I was a kid. So there's no egg in there. You can see there's a hole. We got all the egg out, right? But these are Easter eggs that we created when I was quite a young kid. And if you take care of them, they can last a long, long time. And so there's many different things you do. It's a great opportunity for kids. There's lots of different activities that happen around this time of year that can get them really active and outside. When my nieces and nephews were smaller, we would have Easter egg hunts either inside if the weather was still bad, because in southern Ontario we still have snow sometimes at Easter. But if it's nice outside, they get them to run around, find the eggs everywhere, and the ones that they don't find then can be found by the adults later, and that can be a fun piece too. So there's lots of great opportunities. I also have dinner. Sometimes a sit-down dinner, sometimes a buffet dinner. Depends on the year. And it's a great opportunity for everyone to get together, to be able to connect with new people, bring in friends and family, to be able to enjoy a good meal and enjoy a long weekend. Just to be able to celebrate and find joy again. And that's one of the things that I do as a life coach, is I support people to connect again, or connect for the first time, with that celebration and that joy in their life. So if you're looking for change in your life and you'd like to get support with that, feel free to contact me at my website. And my website will be here at the bottom of the page. Feel free to take a look at the information there. You can also give me a call. I'll have my phone number there as well. And you can ask me any questions that you might have. I always have a free discovery session for individuals who are interested in coaching and just want to check it out. So feel free to contact me and find out some more information. Thank you so much for watching my video, and stay tuned for new videos that come in the future for different celebrations that happen throughout the year. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.